Nope.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we can talk about commissions later. You don't need to worry.
Alright.
You don't even have to say, yeah, because, yeah.
Yeah, I still gotta sit down with Grady and finalize the thing with him because he made a request to me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. And now to do Pokemon. And beat myself a gym leader.
I can't believe how much Battlefield 2042 is just crashing and burning. This is like Colonial Marines level of incompetence.
Like, I had not really been following it that close, and then I decided to take a little bit of a look into it, and... Okay, so from what I understand, supposedly the thing with this Battlefield 2042 is apparently this was a game where, like, they were focusing entirely on multiplayer, not worrying about anything else, and just to try to polish up the experience that much, and they effed it up that much further.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like, really? This is you working on it? What would have happened if you didn't work on it?
Yeah, it's one of those things where, from the sounds of it, it's just... They tried to justify not putting more content into it, and it just bit them that much harder.
Yeah. Then you know those other companies going, hey, let's put NFTs in, and Sega is like the only sane person in the room.
Yeah, it's like... While they've clearly not... The idea seems to be they're willing to entertain the idea maybe somewhere down the line, which I can actually kind of respect if they actually find a way to make it interesting. But it's very clear that, like, right now all that kind of stuff is just one big stupid thing that just needs to not happen. Like, I feel like the best way to put it now is like it just seems to be like the latest financial fad that just needs to go away.
Just needs to die. Oh no, dude. Yeah, I decided to go replay Sketch Arcadia. What's that mean? Just as beautiful as the day I left, I lost.
I also noticed the episode that you put up for Mystic Quest. I'm thinking of taking a look at when I got a moment. I got a few fond memories of that.
Yeah, I actually had fun playing through that. Like, I knew the story was dumb, the jokes some fell flat, but god damn, it was trying.
Yeah.
Like, watching a little kid do a school play. You know they're not very good, but you can't help but admire what they're
Yeah, because, like, it's baby's first RPG, and it's like, I think in that sense it works well enough.
Though, granted, it was a little too much on baby's first RPG. Like, if you want a good starter RPG, Super Mario RPG was slightly better. Still kid-friendly, easy to understand, but you actually had to think.
Or it's like, I think another way to put it is that, like, Pokemon is, like, pretty good as an RPG, like, even if it's not in the same style as, like, Mario or Final Fantasy or wherever, where there's a lot more focus on a few characters.
Pokemon's also maybe for RPG, though. That one does at least do a decent enough job teaching you know, the standard elemental weaknesses. I was wondering when he'd show up.
Megara almost died again, and this is the closest she's ever been to death.
What?
Do tell.
Are you have you gotten Odeon's bad luck? Because my Mummy's Mask game, Odeon came close to death in every session as well.
Yep, so, basically, we encountered, these Zolglyphs, they're called, they're troglodytes. They're the ones that have been kind of messing everything up, trying to cause this extinction curse by destroying these, orbs.
Oh, you said the thing,
Yes. Well, we don't know exactly what they're doing anymore. I'm not even sure if that's it. I'm just guessing based on the name. But yeah.
No, but here's
So-
the title of the...
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, we got into a fight with three of them that are called Spine Breakers, and their leader. Yeah, and their leader, that is a cleric. So we started off strong. Our fighter went into the middle of the three Spine Breakers and got their attention and basically started tanking them. Megara then came in, flanked one of them, and did some massive damage to it. But then I thought, oh, you know what? No one's really doing anything about the cleric. So on her next turn, Megara went to fight the cleric. The Spine Breaker that Megara had attacked earlier, and this same Spine Breaker had tried to do his namesake against her. He had attacked her, grabbed her, and she escaped. Decided, no, this ain't happening, and chased Megara, critting her, grabbing her with its crit, and then choke slamming her into the ground, which she critically failed against, taking even more damage and basically being stunned. And then, in a lot of cases, it's like, enemies are like, oh, you know, okay, it's down, let's go focus on something else. Nope, this cruel bastard was going to chop Megara's was basically going to rend Megara's body apart. It was so pissed off with Megara that even if she was unconscious, it was just going to keep tearing at her. So, yeah, Megara was taking down to dying 3. 1 extra point of damage would have killed her.
How did you survive?
Luckily, it had used up all of its actions, and our healer managed to get off a healing spell, so that way Megara could just basically get to her feet and GTFO.
Yeah.
Is it possible that your GM is trying to kill the adorable Shadow Dragon?
I mean, he's trying to kill us all. Like, at the same time Megara was dying, our fighter was also dying.
Okay. No, that makes sense. It's just it feels like every time you're greeting us with a thing about how Megara almost died. It's
because we're the only two frontliners.
fair enough.
That's the problem with Pathfinder Adventure Path. Definitely feel a little... They're a lot harder.
Again, 2E, yes, because in 2E they are designed around the very balanced curve that it is. In 1E, they are very hit or miss. Like, a lot of adventure paths in 1E can be easy just because of how easy it is to break characters.
Yeah. Oh, there have been plenty of fights. You know that in the Mummy's Nest, if you don't happen to find a certain adamantine word, you're gonna be fucked because there's a freaking statue guardian. Yeah. We actually stopped the campaign right before that. I mean, look for the nest. I think my guy would have died. Actually, Odeon. I mean, he was a jaguar, but I'm pretty sure he has a black cat in it because, oh god.
For a moment, I'm like, wait, where is this? I don't remember. Oh wait, yeah, no, this is the last gym.
Yeah.
I hated the puzzle of this gym. Just, it's not that it's hard. It's just it's annoying because it's pretty much a bunch of forced fights. You can't really like bypass it.
Which is something you would normally think of as being a thing that would be good for a puzzle-solving gym. Is like, oh, do you brute force it and face all the trainers along the way, or are you smart enough that you can avoid fights by doing it right? Yeah.
Like, Flame's gym.
Yeah.
And it's like, I would have, like, okay, when I first did it, it's like, okay, for Blaine, that is. I remember when I first did it, like, back in the days of Gen 1, it's like, okay, I'll try to do it to skip as many things as possible because I don't want to fight. Next time around, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna answer all the stuff wrong so that I can get these fights and gain the experience. And then Let's Go came around, and it's like, the quiz show was just so charming. I played along with it, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the times, the reason I don't like doing gym, like the gym trainer sort of fights, is because it's like, I'm usually like, I'm just gonna sweep through them anyway, the XP doesn't really matter. Actually has been a little bit different because I'm not over leveled in this playthrough of Shining Pearl. Yeah.
Back in the game.
It doesn't help that I picked up Monster Hunter Rise yesterday for PC.
Oh yeah, that came out.
Don't you already have that on Switch?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna judge that.
I started doing PC ports for Monster Hunter, not just for World.
Yeah, but like, one of the reasons why I picked it up for PC was because Sunbreak is apparently going to be releasing at the same time for both Switch and PC. So I'm like, I'll rather stick with the PC version from here on out, and also yes, mods.
Also, this. And you know what? I would unironically say, yes, I can see that, child. I respect your conviction.
Now don't zap me. The Pikachu's just as big as she is.
Yeah. Perfect size for hugging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Might be a little bit of forced perspective there, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm just seeing that, like, okay, she's got that outfit, she's interacting with Pikachus. I can't help but imagine some Pikachu who doesn't quite understand the idea of a costume just be like, what? Why are your electric pouches on your head?
Why are you missing fur around your legs and arms?
Why aren't you saying Pika-Pee? Someone looking really insulted, like, hey, cultural appropriation or something like that.
I mean, there is a Pikachu plush I am meaning to pick up if I can get one, and it's Pikachu cosplaying as a God of War.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'd want that too. You don't even need to describe it. He's already sold me.
I just remember
Odd point.
I just remember being absolutely delighted to see that one piece of artwork that had Esper cosplaying as a Pikachu and Pikachu cosplaying as an Esper.
Yeah.
You know, given how the Pokemon Company has been treating Bidoof, I get the feeling that Bidoof at this point has become the unofficial third mascot.
I mean, we'll see. It needs to be more than one generation for it to be mascot status.
Yeah, because as it is, they're just embracing the meme,
Yeah.
and we'll have to see how it goes.
We did see that animation.
Yes.
I still need to take a look at it at some point. Dang girl, how many Pikachus do you have?
Remember that comic?
But I mean, Pikachus are kind of rare.
I guess unless you know a breeder or something, maybe.
That or you burn down Brady's forest and flush them all out. You know, there's two kinds of people in this channel.
I was being serious. Don't laugh at me. I mean it.
and the way the way they do that sort of patty lean back.
Yeah. Like that is perfect. Like I do feel like they don't put enough effort into some things in this game, but that animation is perfect.
Ruby would also fit as a Pikachu cosplay because she has her zappy hands.
Mhm.
Alright, what would be your trainer classes? I think I'd probably go with Super Nerd.
Wouldn't go with any because trainer classes pretty much only stick to one type. I am a trainer. I have multiple types.
In other words, you're an ace trainer.
Ace trainers, they're more about the sort of like end game, like usually either pseudo legendaries or just like end game powerhouses.
I can't argue. Tired. That is calling me or pretending. It's hard to tell. Yeah, I'll take whatever.
Yeah, it's just a monster on your bed. It's fine.
Yeah. You know, I used to fear the monster in my bed. Now as an adult, I'm like, you know what? You can stay there. It makes me less lonely.
God, I remember there was a comic about that where it's just like the I can't be bothered trying to describe it because I know I'm going to get it wrong.
So I'm kind of converting with time. Like, how long from, how delayed will the game be? Like,
He's already posted.
I posted the thing with the world time, buddy. Which it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're Pacific time.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay. For some reason, I thought you were Mountain time, but yeah, like words. But yeah, so like as I understand, Pacific is one behind Mountain time. So I believe that's 6:30 for Pacific.
You want to have that?
Well, dude.
I will. Tomorrow I will do more guys Arcadia.
Yeah, I forgot you've got a punch pro now.
Yes. Doing what Hunch Crow do.
I know, I can't help but imagine, Aura Guardians just being like, hey, that Hunch Crow's feathers look like a pretty neat hat. Let's base our own outfit design on that hat. It's the same, points at the front, then at the back it sort of flares and it's all jagged.
Yeah.
And yet Hunchcrow has nothing to do with Aura. That we know of. Huh, hidden lore maybe.
Someone get Loxton and Noggin on the case.
Yeah.
It's like, could it be a coincidence that Honchcrow in fact has this kind of hat? Well, probably it is, but we're still going to stretch this out into a 20-minute video anyway.
mean, I'm pretty sure he has said that before.
Yeah. It's somehow tied into alchemy.
Yes. God. It's like, yeah, if you were to think of like some major theory YouTubers based on memes, Forloxon would be the it's aliens guy, but it's alchemy instead.
Yeah.
And of course, Matt Pat would be the frickin' It's Always Sunny with the pinboard.
Yeah. Oh.
I have pizza.
Huzzah for pizza.
Indeed.
What kind of pizza is it?
So the usual, which is barbecue chicken and rasher bacon, and the other one is double, yeah, just like cheeseburger.
It sounds delicious.
And of course garlic bread, because
Gotta have garlic bread.
Yes. My nan doesn't eat it, so I get it all to myself.
Your nan doesn't eat garlic bread.
She believes she's allergic to garlic, which I've proven multiple times that she's not.
I would still say all the same. Are you sure your nan is not a vampire?
No, because she likes going out in the sun.
Ah. Yeah, go back and heal up a bit. Doo-doo-doo.
So what, you right at him now? I can't see it at the moment.
Yeah, I'm almost at him, but I'm gonna take a moment to go back and recharge, send Nudibranx, PP for his ground move.
He's PP.
I forgot Jasmine was a thing here.
Yeah, she's basically just there to be like, hey, I can't let you go past here until you get all badges or whatever. What?
I was just saying, yeah, right, because you were correct. That is a thing of she says, yeah, you can't go.
Yeah, because that leads to the E4
Right.
Victory Road.
So yeah, they show Jasmine. Do you think that means we're gonna get a Johto remake?
I mean, we've already had that, so the next one in the line is Black and White.
I mean, we've had Gen
Unless-
1 remakes up the wazoo, so...
Unless, yeah, they do a Let's Go Eevee, Pikachu, Johto. Which, you know, at this point, I'm actually surprised they didn't follow up with that.
Like, I guess it kind of depends on, like, how much I feel like wanting to do it, because... I mean, for the most part, the Let's Go games felt like they mostly were there to capitalize on, how well Pokemon Go was doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know Pokemon Go is still going, but it's clearly, like, not as, it's not the hotness that it used to be.
Yeah.
Like, all the same, like, I do think it would be pretty heckin' neat if they followed it up with the Johto remake, because like that did wind up being a surprisingly pleasant thing of like, I didn't like Let's Go at first, but after a while of playing it, it kind of grew on me.
Yeah. I think Johto probably is one of my favorite regions. Yeah, I think if I had to rank regions, I would go Hoenn, then maybe Kalos, Johto. I'm not even sure if I really like Kanto that much.
I mean, it's kind of the thing of Kanto is it's basic Pokemon, and it's like, in that respect, it's okay. Just kind of overrepresented by this point.
Yeah, definitely. They butchered this pizza. They didn't even cut it properly. Like they just randomly started to slice his pizza.
So like the pieces are not like nice, even, equal.
Nope.
Why would you do that to a perfectly good pizza?
I know. I suppose it's like there was a warning when I was ordering the pizza, being like, "Hey, there's a lot of issues lately because of the sudden influx of people ordering." So it really just seems like they're rushing to get these stuff out on time.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, it's funny, right? I've noticed a lot of people sort of claiming that it's like, oh, Gen 6 is like one of the weakest gens. Like, they're like, yeah, it kind of started to go downhill from Gen 6. I'm like, come on, Kalos is still a good, like, the Kalos games are great. It's like, yeah, then, like, I think a lot of people kind of blame Kalos for being the start of easy Pokemon, because that was when they did XP share for every Pokemon, and they introduced more, like they gave Pokemon more super effective moves early on. Like your starter pretty much starts with better moves. But and it's like they also do give you a freaking a Mega Lucario halfway through.
Yeah. And I think it also kind of had some issues in that it was one of the... I mean, technically it was not the first 3D Pokemon because, you know, Gen 4 and 5 dabbled a little bit into that, but, like, I'd say it was, like, the first one to really try embracing some of the aspects of 3D, like, all of the character models were you know, polygonal stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would say it's a game where I think part of the issue is that it was Gen 5 was kind of a hard act to follow in terms of like its story and its antagonists. And the thing is, though, I would say Gen 6 did a pretty good job, I think, with its team and its, you know, the leader. Because it's like, yeah, Lysander is a bad guy and all that, but he at least seemed to have an interesting and different sort of motivation compared to some of the other villains that came before. You can he feels a lot more like you could buy the idea. Oh yeah, he's like a contributing member to society, and people would not think he's someone who's like up to no good.
Yeah. And like, if you look at it statistically, a lot of the trainers, especially the E4, are actually pretty damn strong. Like, statistically, Diantha is one of the most powerful champions. The problem is, again, they give you her weakness on a platter. They're like, hey, Mega Lucario absolutely destroys Mega Gardevoir. Have fun.
And I would also say it's a thing of I feel like in terms of you know, games that, you know, have mascot legendaries and, you know, that, you know, represent different things, I feel like X and Y have the strongest theming with their legendaries. It's like, sure, a lot of them do pretty well, and it's like, yeah, Sun and Moon, that's, you know, pretty cool thing, and the interdimensional stuff with that was cool. Ruby and Sapphire, of course, introduced the concept, and there's something powerful to the concept of the land and the sea, and of course there's something to time and space, and, you know, all that. You know, and of course the dragons were interesting with how there's the idea of truth versus ideals, though I don't think they really explored that well.
Yeah.
But I would still say, like, X and Y, I think, hit it pretty hard with the theme of life and death. Like, that is a very... I would say more so than any of the other themes that the other legendary Pokemon have represented, those are, like, the most primal things I think you can have for a mythology. And it's like, yeah, sure, like, Arceus created the world and there's all that, but when it comes down to the things of, like, what matters the most to people? What drives people to do the things they do? There is something to that dichotomy that hits hard.
Yeah. But yeah, it really is just like... I honestly myself can't really understand why people hate on Gen 6. I can understand why people hate on Gen 7. Like, its story is pretty good, but it feels like that game was... It kind of shot itself in the foot, just... They,
I feel like on so many levels, Gen 7 was a case of they tried to put too much into one thing. Like, both in terms of story and in terms of, like, literally how the game performs with how much slowdown it can have in some parts.
Yeah. Like, I still think, like, it may also just be a little bit of disappointment on my end, just based on, like, the whole idea. Like, we've discussed this before, and we've at least come up with a good reason for why they look like Ultra Beast. Because yes, Lusamine was obsessed with him, so of course she would also dress herself and her daughter up to look like Ultra Beast. But again, that doesn't explain Guzma.
Yeah. And because it's like... part of it is that like for me the thing with Alola, like the big thing with Alola is that okay, it's a bunch of tropical islands and you go from place to place, and there's this neat kind of cultural aspect to meeting each of the kahunas and all that. And then it's like you also have this story about interdimensional creatures who kind of threaten the environment, and like I feel like they didn't really quite give that the amount of exploration it needed. Because, that is such a cool concept, and it's like I know in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, they did a little bit more with the Ultra Beasts and Ultra Space and all of that, but it's like, even with what I've heard about that, it feels like they just didn't quite give it the attention that it needed to, try to do something interesting. Also, hi, Conrad.
Indeed.
Hey! Yes, I wanted to say, it's funny because I could hear you guys for like the last 2 minutes on the stream, but my Discord was still loading.
Oh my god.
So I couldn't say anything.
Wow. That's... I don't know, that says something about something. Either that Discord is not that good on your end, or just... I don't know.
Another thing that kind of I'll finish up with talk about Alola that kind of disappointed me is that they set up these story beats that they don't finish. Like, it's very clear that that Mon, I believe that's his name, he is Lucamine's husband, Lily's father. You know where he is. And yet, Lucamine's whole story is about how she kind of goes crazy because he went missing. He was stuck into an ultra wormhole. And they don't meet, at least if they do. If you do,
They do.
If they do conclude that storyline, I never came across it.
I actually remember having come across it. It's in it's one of the after stories, like the post game content. He returns, he has lost his memory, and he's have set up some kind of company overseas, and Lucamine is very conflicted over whether to tell him that they are husband and wife, but in the end she decides to not, because she decided that he has found his own happiness already, and trying to remind him of past that he cannot remember is something that would only hurt him.
That
Man,
sounds
if I
vaguely
had this-
familiar.
Yeah.
Might have to look that up, because that is a very subtle thing.
I mean, it also doesn't help that, if Sun and Moon was made today, that stuff would have been DLC content instead of having to be, buy the whole game again for an extra 30% of added content.
Yeah.
That's why I actually appreciate Black and White too, because it actually tells different stories.
Yeah, I feel like that approach is the best way to do it for, the quote-unquote third version. Because it was a thing of one, it helped that, okay, they reused assets from the previous game for some of it, but they still did some new things. That thing of, continuing the story, I feel like is the best way I think you can do it versus, okay, it's the same thing, but it's slightly different at some point. And it's kind of a thing that, like... Speaking of things that I think were done wrong across the across the Pokemon series, we never got a Pokemon Z or X and Y 2 that continued on what very clearly should have been something that had a theme around Zygarde. And instead, they just decided to be like, oh, there's this neat idea that we had for Zygarde. We're just going to put it in as an afterthought in Sun and Moon.
Yep.
Like,
Is this part of the reason why you've decided to focus with Watcher on that aspect? Like, you decided that there is something missing, so you decided to amend it?
But that's actually more a thing that occurred as a result of what my character from the previous campaign, who that's how it wound up turning out, that was who he was linked into. Though I would also say, yes, I like the idea of being able to give Zygarde a chance in the limelight.
Yeah. Like, they actually did a pretty good job with Zygarde in the anime. And I think that's kind of why they really flesh out that kind of storyline and how that sort of third game would have actually gone in the anime.
Also, put Zygarde in the limelight because he's lime green.
Yes.
When did you become Bran?
I mean, I saw while I was shopping that he was here, so when I completed said shopping, I came here and there was no Bren. Like, maybe the cosmos decided there was not enough Bren in this chat, so the energies of him filled me and inspired me. Oh. Kinda looks like you're using your Bibarel as a serving board. That's pretty neat.
Not his Bibarel, just a random one that decided to help out.
Because it seems like, for this game, Bidoof and Bibarel are just bros like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the random for this route
guess.
is... different.
Expected.
I mean, at least it's not a
I
bird.
guess.
It basically is the third of the sea.
Is still going on with that bird stuff, huh? That burns deep, I think.
Yeah, it's... so many frickin' Starlies, so many frickin' Starlies.
Why not use Earth Power, actually?
I don't want to knock it out.
Oh, okay.
So, cherry tapping it, basically, I guess. Not quite, it's dealing a decent more damage than that, but still. Storm
Two
Drain!
more and you should be... What?
I thought I'd try Water Pulse just to... yeah, that'll do.
Okay, seems you're in range for catching it. You know, I kinda expected the animation for the netball Pokeballs to be more like net-like. Is it too much to ask?
That's too much effort.
Well, yeah, I guess the funds had to be dumped into freaking particle effects. Polishing the stuff in the background.
I mean, come on. What are you expecting here? The Pokemon Company is only the largest and most profitable company in the world with a franchise that makes more money than the next 3 combined. They're not made of money.
They're only its avatars.
Also, just wow, you forget sometimes the information that gets in this dex versus what is depicted. With 80 tentacles for ensnaring victims, it prevents escape until the prey is weakened by poison.
Maybe it borrows the other tentacles, like it's some kind of network of them.
Or
Like, you wanna have some? Yeah, bro, just go for it, like lending your car keys to your bros.
Or each of those individual tentacles that we see are actually a cluster of really small, thin tentacles.
I mean, that actually seems kind of reasonable.
Yeah, that's true.
And we shall nickname it,
Bad touch.
yes.
Oh wow, okay.
Hentai. But bad touch works as well. She also actually works because of Finding Nemo. He'll be mine. He'll be my squishy.
Yeah.
For a sec there, I thought that the thing swimming in there was Isabel from Animal Crossing.
I mean,
What
I
a
mean,
big
it has
deal.
the same hair little dealy bob, so I can kind of see why. Let's see if I can't Metal Gear my way past these people.
Not interested in fighting, are ya?
I mean, I think I'm kind of over leveled for them. And while I did welcome the XP from the gym, it's like I feel like it almost wouldn't be worth it.
So, what you trying to go for right now?
Right
Sorry, I'm
now,
not up to date.
I just beat the last gym, and now I'm heading for the league. So I'm gonna have to go through. I guess Victory Road is the next stop.
Sure is.
If I can get past all these frickin' jellyfish. I guess just want to give Send Nudibranch a good time.
Yeah, it's their own fault for being named that. So irresponsibly naming your Pokemon.
Yeah.
Speaking of irresponsibly naming children, have you ever heard of like those kind of things where it's like, I think it was someone named their child after like, I think it was a Microsoft director or something like that. There was essentially a point where like, please don't name your children Xbox to try and get free Xbox Live.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, is that actually a thing?
Yeah.
There are like these dumb
Oh,
contests where that company will be like, hey, name your child this and you'll get a chance to win. Like, I think Turok was one series that tried that out.
Yeah.
Yeesh. That is child abuse right there.
And like, frickin' bloody Elon Musk himself, like, I know that he had an actual name for his child, and officially the spelling he used for their name was just a bunch of nerd language. He actually originally wanted to use numbers, but wasn't allowed to.
Oh god.
Eon, it's a child, not a robot.
I think I remember from hearing from a few things about the thing about there may be some children who are just given the crummiest names, or just like the dumbest things because their parents didn't care, where it's like, supposedly there was once a child named Absiday. ABCDE.
What the hell? That is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. See those two guys? Like how they're staring at each other at the water intently like that? There is some romantic tension right there. It needs to be shared with the world.
And that's why they fight us if we swim in between them. We are getting in the way of their love.
That's man, those tentacles. Or okay, I said tentacles now. The Philipper could have slightly backed down those encounters. Like, if you're forced to traverse through an area that gives you encounter, and none of said encounters are meant to be particularly rare, they could at least, you know, slow down on the amount of said encounters to begin with.
But yeah, freaking, you know, I'm kind of disappointed that your first encounter here wasn't a, you can swim past him.
And I didn't. Sorry, what was your thing?
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that your first encounter here wasn't Pelipper now.
Why so,
just,
you guys?
just to have seen what your reaction would have been at another third. What was that?
Ah, right. See, they heard the call, they came. They knew they were needed.
It just came too late.
Actually surprised you don't have that electric squirrel as your first of the Pokemon around this watery area.
Well, the thing is, I wanted to have a Pokemon with the amulet coin on hand to be at the start of trainer battles in case I run into them. And I've decided that
Right.
Niblet gets to permanently
Okay.
keep his Pokédoll, so...
No, that amulet coin is enough of an argument for me. Also, just did quick calculations. Although it would be counting the series that haven't updated, but regarding that manga phase of mine, out of the 100, like, I can give a rough estimate on how much I have left, because out of the 198 series that I am following, I only need to catch up on 30 more. Though it's the longer ones that I have left for, you know, for the end. Because, you know, most of them like updated a single chapter or two over the last half a year or so, but other ones have like 50 to a few hundred chapters, so yeah.
Your determination
Get
is
in there.
admirable.
No, I'm doing what I like, and well, there's like admiration to be had there.
A manga that only updates with a chapter maybe once a year. What are they? Are they frickin' bloody is it man? Shit. I should have remembered his name before trying to go for this joke. Creator of Hunter x Hunter.
That's actually a pretty common occurrence. It is why I actually prefer to have those manga phases just like be concentrated in one spot rather than stretch it out over the months. This way I'm not really feeling this kind of painful waiting that everyone is, you know, feeling so bad about, because I just can't. There's a whole bunch. Okay, some haven't updated, that's cool, others have, so I'm just gonna be happy about those that came out, and that's cool with me.
Yeah, it's a common occurrence because mangaka basically kill themselves trying to keep up with a frickin' deadline.
Yeah, that is a thing. Unfortunately so.
The things that happen, alas, when you have an industry that has decided to form itself around the habits of a few workaholic creators.
Yeah.
Also, a bit of a random thing, but since it's a manga topic, oh wait, you have not read Bleach, have you?
I remember reading a bit of it, like the first, I know I at least read the first manga volume, and I think I read a little bit of it past that through Shonen Jump.
Right. I just wanted to say, I might just... it was a summer realization, but I think I might have the perfect encouragement for you to continue to do so. Because did you know that Bleach's best girl is actually a centaur?
I was not aware of this, but I'm
Fall
also
for
just...
that trap.
I'm also just gonna say, though, I have seen how much fucking output has happened with Bleach, and I do not have the courage to take on that monster.
Yeah, no, Bleach.
Okay.
Okay, I haven't read the manga, but the anime. So Bleach only has like maybe 2 good arcs.
Oh boy, here we go again. Argo, I do not wish to begin this discourse today, please. Look, I'm just gonna say, Olway, I'm not going to try and encourage you to read it. You're perfectly fine. You can just skip ahead to like this one chapter or like one arc basically. Other than what I've heard might be her return in the final ones that is not quite yet released. Has this centaur girl. It's a relatively brief period of time, but yeah, I reckon you're just as good, well, at least almost as good, just seeing the fan art and all of that stuff. I know at least I will have some neat art for you when the time to hang out will come. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I will say this:
I can't see my face now.
if you are willing to go through the process of perhaps picking those singular parts out and showing them to me, I might be willing to look at those. But at the same time, you got to realize this offer you have of, oh yeah, you could there's this centaur girl that's in it, and you might have a good time with it. To me, that's like, okay, look, here's this salad. Trust me, it's an awesome salad. I know you like bacon. There's a few pieces of bacon hidden underneath all of the greens and tomatoes and dressing and all that. If you were to go through all that, there's a few bits of bacon.
Like that. Like fuck, I am angry myself that they didn't give her more time than they did. Such a good character. Like legitimately, unironically, not because you like centers, but I, as a person, I think that like this might at least one of my few favorite characters in Bleach, and just so little stuff. Best
Ugh.
girl indeed.
And I think on that, I'm going to end off this stream. Thank you for a lively ending.
Oh my god,
Sounds
my
good.
off-top ruined the stream!
Ugh. Yeah,
You know-
thank you for being here.
Yeah. See you later.
Bye.